I kind of don't like how things are not perfectly aligned. Let's align these perfect. Okay, that's nice. That's better. Hi, it's Bassist here, and in today's episode I will show you how to do comping and aligning of a bass recording. So first we're going to record some bass and then we're going to work on it a little bit to make it sound perfect. So what aligning is then? Aligning is just making sure that all of your bass notes are exactly to the beat, so they are aligned with the beat or with the metronome. Well, ideally we will be playing our bass perfectly to the beat without needing to be lining anything, but you know, in real life, and especially when we're learning to play bass, sometimes we will need to adjust it a tiny bit just to cheat. But no, at the end of the day, the most important is the final effect, not how we got to the final effect. In Ableton there are two main ways how to align your playing to the beat. The first one is quantization, the other one is just doing things manually. Okay, so what quantization then is? So quantization is just automatically adjusting and aligning your music to the beat. But okay, quantization is not perfect, sometimes it doesn't work, so then we will probably need to do things manually. Okay, but in some music genres, playing as a human makes more sense than actually quantizing and aligning everything perfectly to the beat. So just play accordingly. I'm just showing you the tool, you decide how to use it. Okay, so let's take our bass. Okay, so let's check everything is set up properly. So first, we want to make sure we're using a proper input, so input 2 in this case, then monitoring to auto, and then let's arm our track for recording. I've pre-recorded a little drum beat, so that's what we're going to be using. First, if we want to record our bass, let's drag our drums to the arrangement view, like so, and let's make it 8 bars. That's perfect. And we have the loop marker. We want to expand it to the full 8 bars. Click this to come back to the arrangement view, and then let's listen to that a little bit. Okay, so just a simple drum line. And now, if we want to be recording our bass, what we want to do is to press the loop button here, and then make sure the marker is set at the beginning. And then when you pre-record, we can just record a bass. And let's go a couple times. We don't need to stop when it goes till the end of the loop. It's gonna loop back again from the beginning. We can just continue recording. We want to record multiple takes, let's say 3 or 5 different takes, and then we're gonna pick the best one out of it. Okay, so let's hit record. Okay, that's enough for now. What we want to do now is just to see the takes, because if you look here, we have just the empty gap and just some of the recording, so it kind of overlapped. So we can just right click here, and then there is a show take lanes. And now what we see are all the takes that we've been recording to. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 takes. As we see, the one marked here, that's actually currently showing here on the top. So if we want to re-listen to all of these takes, we can just press the B for pencil, and then just draw across the first take, and that's gonna pop in here on the top. So let's listen to that. Okay, so but it gets boring a little bit, so let's try the first part from the first take and then from the second take as well. Let's try that. How will that sound? No, I don't like that. Let's try the third one. then the ending is fine. How about beginning from the take 4? Draw across that. How will that sound now? That's what we have now. We can then hide the take lanes here. We don't need to see that anymore. So we have this recording and this part. We can still change it anytime we want. So that's how comping works basically. So we recorded a couple of takes, as we can see them here, and we can just use our pencil to pick even single notes from it. But yeah, let's leave it as it was before. Now, what about aligning? Some of the notes I played are not perfectly to the beat, obviously, but then we can make it happen so it's actually perfect. So what we want to do is just to switch off the pencil, and then we want to click on this part or even this part and click here so we can see all our recording. So we want to adjust it basically up until the half actually. So we don't need to adjust it full. So we can zoom in a little bit, and as we see, there are like a tiny markers here on the top. This is the Ableton detecting where our notes are starting, so where are the transients. So we can then try to click Command or Control A to highlight everything, and then press Command or Control U to quantize. So it will try to guess and align it automatically to the beat. We see the yellow-orange markers are showed up. This is where the actual warping happens. But also we need to change the warp mode to complex or tones, because for bass guitar that works better than the beats. Beats are basically for drums. So if we play it now, of course the recording is not perfect, but that's just for demonstration purposes. Now, it did quite a good job. Let's leave it like that. Let's say all the transients we see are actually almost really perfectly aligned, so we don't need to do anything. So we also have some quantization settings, so if you don't want to align everything perfectly ideally to the beat, we want to align them just a slightly bit. Instead of quantizing straight away, pressing Control U or Command U, we can press Command Shift U or Control Shift U. Then we get these options here when we see Command Shift U. Then we can choose what the amount we want to quantize to. So the notes 1/16, and then we can just quantize a tiny bit, or we can just quantize 100%, so it's going to align perfectly. But I like to leave it around like 50-60%, so it's not that perfect. We're not the machines anyway. Okay, so let's listen to the second one now. Okay, almost perfect, but we will make some adjustments manually here. So let's zoom into this one and let's see which takes are not perfect. Like I see this one here, we can just click one marker in before, one after, and then just drag it a little bit. We need to zoom in just to make sure that's perfectly aligned so we can see here. Also, we need to change the warping mode to complex. And then let's have a quick look on the rest of the transients, and we can just adjust them manually. What else sticks out a little bit? Let's have a look. This one sticks out a lot. Okay, so we can move this one like so. We need to zoom in closer because, yeah, this one will be better now. This one too is like a little bit behind. Okay. Same here. And what about here? I guess we should fix that too. Look what further down the end. Let's move this one here. Yeah. So let's listen from the top. Okay, so basically we've aligned everything manually at the second part. First part is aligned automatically by quantization. Okay guys, so as you've seen, that's really simple and you will be 100% able to do it yourself. If you need any more help about how to plug in your guitar or bass to the Ableton and making sure it sounds really nice, I made a video about it. Just click the link in the cards here. And I guess that's it for me for today. Thanks so much for watching. Click the like button, that helps a lot. Subscribe if you aren't already. And you can also check the links in the description box down below for the gear I use and I would 100% recommend. And if you're looking for your new bass guitar, check my video that's going to show up here about unboxing my bass guitar, which is Ibanez SR 300 EB. Okay, thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Cheers!